In this video tutorial, we're going to be talking about Retrieval Augmented Generator, RAG. It's a methodology on how to make artificial intelligence a little bit more transparent in telling us how did it retrieve the information, where did it get from, and to source that information. So the Retrieval Augmented Generator, the RAG methodology, is a combination of two different AI approaches. One is generative AI, a second is information retrieval. When we combine those two, we are resolving one problem from AI. We are looking at the transparency, where is the source of the information coming from, but we are also emphasizing the second problem, that AI is getting that information from somewhere. Where from? So we are resolving two problems with using this methodology, Retrieval Augmented Generator. I'm going to try to explain it on a whiteboard. So I'm going to put a whiteboard, and with drawing, I'm going to explain how the process works. In this 5-10 minutes video, you're going to be able to understand the theory behind the process. If you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I only have 50 subscribers. I'm not doing this for money. I need subscribers to keep me motivated, so I'm going to keep producing more and more videos on artificial intelligence. My name is Petar. I'm a postdoctoral researcher in the University of Oxford. I work with artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, blockchain technologies, and quantum computers. So let's move on to the whiteboard so I can explain how the Retrieval Augmented Generator works. I have prepared this diagram to help you visualize how the Retrieval Augmented Generator process works. But before we start with the diagram, let me explain it with drawing, because even though the diagram is extremely simplistic, parts of it can appear a little bit technical. What is Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG? Retrieval Augmented Generation is when you ask a question, when people ask you a question, when you ask a question to ChatGPT, when a question has been asked on a specific topic. For example, on the topic of, since this is in AI security series, the videos are, let's talk about AI security. So if somebody asks you a question, or if you ask ChatGPT a question on which country in the world, so let's say country or nation in the world is the most secure in terms of AI security. So if you ask this question, what would be your initial thinking? Hold on, let me switch off this camera. It keeps connecting and disconnecting and making a sound. So when somebody asks you this question, which country is the most secure, what comes to your mind? Well, the European Union has just came up with the European Union AI Act. And according to this act, you might think, well, European Union is the most secure country in the world because they have data privacy, they have the GDPR, which is the data protection, and then they have the European Union AI Security Act. But this is just an opinion that you have based on the article that you read in the news media, or if you have read the policy paper on the European Union Act. Now, how do you confirm that this is a valid assumption? How do you confirm that your knowledge is valid? Well, usually you would go to a valid resource, and this could include Google Scholar, but usually it would be the Web of Sciences. So you would go to Web of Sciences and you would perform analysis to identify what is the most secure country in the world in terms of AI security. And what would happen, this you would discover over there on your own when you do the analysis. But what happens if this is an AI? So if you're asking this to an, let's say, large language model, this is the large language model, and this is the person, which is you. So you're asking a question, which country or nation is the most secure in the world in terms of AI security? This is your question. And the large language model will instantly respond based on this, what is clearly obvious in the internet. So it would say European Union because of the AI Act. That is how ChatGPT and generative AI works. Well, with the Retrieval Augmented Generation, the process is slightly different. So if the ChatGPT or AI model is instructed to use this process, the retrieval augmented generation, instead of just asking a question and getting an answer. The process is that when you ask this question, the AI will resort to a database of a sort. And that could be the internet, for example, the entire internet, and look for all the information that is available on the internet. Or it could be a specific data sources that you have provided, data files. So maybe you have included sources to, let's say, Web of Science, and you say, I want you to scan for specific scientific research knowledge, not any blog posts that are available or Facebook tweets, whatever social media is available on the internet. I don't want to read the white papers. I want this knowledge to come from a reliable source, which is, let's say, a scientific journal. And how you could expect this answer to be different? Well, if you think, where are the AI models being developed? Who develops the AI model? Well, it's the US. ChatGPT is developed in the OpenAI is in the Silicon Valley, US. BART, Google, US. Gemini, Google, US. Name it, Facebook, Lambda, US. So after this analysis on the Web of Science, and maybe the Web of Science would be one of these data files, another one would be Archive, because Archive is where most of the AI algorithms are uploaded, not in the Web of Science. Even though it's not peer-reviewed, most computer scientists, they prefer Archive, and then it might go to a conference or to the Web of Science accredited journal. But if you specify those data sources, you ask a question, the large language model, ChatGPT, would go to a source or to the internet. If it is going to a source, it might go to the Web of Science, or as you instructed, to Archive, and then generate the response to you. And that response might not be EU, might be the US, depending on what the Web of Science knowledge and what the Archive knowledge would come up with. So what happens here is different. You have a prompt from the human, so the human is asking a prompt, and you're getting a response. The prompt is not simple as prompt and response. There are steps that are happening in the process. So when you put the prompt, the AI algorithms is using the retrieval augmented generator, the RAG process, to source information from the Web of Sciences, from Archive, from Google, and then it provides you with a response, and it tells you my response is based on those sources. So I have based my resource based on Archive, on Web of Science, and on Google. And then you can, this is transparency, you can see how did the AI algorithm derive the information that it's provided you with, as opposed to just ask a question and get a response. In a nutshell, this is what a retrieval augmented generator is. It's a hybrid AI model that brings together the strength of two approaches, generative models and information retrieval systems.